Good morning, Class 3 and Class 4. Welcome to your new week of learning. You have got me, Miss Foster, this morning for your reading. Okay then, so for the next 2 weeks we are going to be looking at The Hodgehog by Dick King-Smith. We're going to do it slightly different than we have done before. I'm going to tell you which chapter to read and you can take your time at home to do that, and then you've got some questions to answer, and the answers then are at the end of the clip. Okay, so to start with, looking at the front cover, what do you think this story might be about? Jot down a few ideas that you have. Then I would like you to read chapter 1, and you'll find this in your PDF document on your home learning page. So I just want you to read the first chapter today. It's not too many pages, I think it's about 6 pages. And yeah, I would like you to read that, and then I've got some questions for you to answer. So, why is the park popular with the local hedgehogs? What are the 3 delicacies that the hedgehogs enjoy eating? What do you think a sow is? Think of 2 warnings Pa might have given to his children about crossing the road. So pause me now while you go away, read your chapter and answer your questions, and then when you're ready, press play and we'll go through the answers. Okay, hopefully you've all had a go at the questions and you've enjoyed the first chapter of The Hodgehog. So the first question was, why is the park popular with the local hedgehogs? And it's popular because it offers good hunting. 3 delicacies that the hedgehogs enjoy eating are mice, frogs and snakes. A sow is a female hedgehog. Hopefully you worked that out from the names of the 3 girl hedgehogs, and they were called sows. And finally, 2 warnings that Pa might have given to his children about crossing the road. You might have put that it's dangerous crossing the road, to always look both ways, only cross when there is no traffic or when you are with a parent, etc. Anything like that, that is a sort of warning of the dangers of the road, then that is brilliant. Give yourself a tick. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed your reading today, and we will continue with The Hodgehog tomorrow. Bye.
Good morning, Class 3, from Monday the 22nd of June, and today we're going to be looking at, we're going to be recapping using expanded noun phrases to describe for our reader. So pause the video now so you can write your date and LO in your book. Okay, so we're just going to go through to check our understanding and really getting to know the language that we're using when we're talking about expanded noun phrases. And when I say language, I'm talking about types of words that we're using and what they're called. So adjectives, determiner, prepositional phrase and modifying noun. I think the only thing that you might be a bit unsure of is the modifying noun. I think that you'll be fine with everything else. We're going to do a bit of practice of this, and I've got a little challenge for you at the end. And then we'll do another recap on this on Friday, but we're going to be thinking about using expanded noun phrases throughout the week this week. Okay, so here we've got an expanded noun phrase, okay, and it says, I stand under the old oak tree at the end of the garden because it provides lots of shade. Now, within that, we can see these little arrows here with a little box on. So the arrows are each pointing to a specific word, and each of those words have a particular name. Okay, they're all a different type of word that goes within a sentence. So we know that this is an expanded noun phrase because there is one particular noun that has been expanded. And it's been expanded by having extra detail added to it to specify it and modify it. Okay, so one of these words that these boxes are pointing to is an adjective. One of them is a determiner. Don't let that word confuse you. One of them is a prepositional phrase, which gives you a big clue because it's not just one word, it's a phrase. And then one of them is a modifying noun. Okay? So have a little go in your book now. You don't have to write the whole sentence out, but if you just want to write each of these, it's either A, D, P or N, just write those in the order that they appear up here. Okay, pause now and see if you're good. Don't worry if you're not sure. Have a little go, have a guess, and then see how right or not right you are on the next slide. Okay, so pause it now whilst you have a go and press play for the answer. Okay, so the is a determiner. Okay, so that word that kind of comes before our noun, so usually at or the tends to be our determiner. Old is the adjective, okay, so it's the old, And then oak is our modifying noun. Okay, so we've got oak tree. That's our whole noun. The noun's the tree, but we've modified it by saying it's an oak tree. And then the prepositional phrase, so it could have just said, I stand under the old oak tree because it provides lots of shade. So it would have made sense without this extra bit here, but this gives extra detail to the reader. And you've looked at prepositional phrases when you did them earlier on at home, but this is our prepositional phrase because it tells us where that is. It is the extra information telling the reader where it is, at the end of the garden. Okay, so well done if you got those. So what we're focusing on today then is making sure we've got our determiner, using an adjective. Now, you know in my class, guys, I love it if we can use 2 adjectives. So adjective, adjective, noun, and then your prepositional phrase. Sometimes we use, to modify the noun phrase, we sometimes use with after our noun. So I stand under the old oak tree with gnarled roots, but it doesn't always have to be with. We talk about how we can use a prepositional phrase, so I'd love to see some varying, so lots of different types of prepositional phrases that you guys could use. Okay, and that's what we're going to be looking at today and trying to use this week in our writing. So in your books, I'd like to write this sentence out, and then could you underline the expanded noun phrase? So it's a phrase, it's not just one word, it's a few words that you take out, and that would be your expanded noun phrase. So the new shop near the bridge opens next Monday. So which part of that? So when we look back at this page, the old oak tree at the end of the garden is our expanded noun phrase. So what would be the expanded noun phrase here? The new shop near the bridge opens next Monday. So write it in your book and just underline the expanded noun phrase, please. Pause it now. Okay, so this would have been our expanded noun phrase. The noun that we're talking about is the bridge. Okay. Sorry, no, ignore me. The noun we're talking about is the shop. Okay. The adjective is that it's new. The new shop. We've got a determiner, the. Adjective, new, noun, shop, and then our prepositional phrase, near the bridge. It would have made sense without that prepositional phrase. We could have said the new shop opens next Monday, but we've expanded it to include that prepositional phrase. So the new shop near the bridge gives the reader extra information, opens next Monday. So well done if you got that. Okie doke, so tick the features, well, you're not going to tick, that have been used in the underlined expanded noun phrase. So this is the whole sentence. The big toy box under my bed is full of toys. The expanded noun phrase has been underlined for you. The big toy box under my bed. Which of these does that expanded noun phrase use? Does it have a determiner? Does it have an adjective? Does it have a modifying noun? Does it have a prepositional phrase? So pause now. You can write this sentence in your book, and if you could do like on that first activity, the little box with the arrow pointing to the word or phrase and labelling it, that would be wonderful. Okay, pause now whilst you do that. Okay, so it has all of them. It's got the determiner, the, adjective, big, modifying noun, toy box. Okay, so it's not just box, it's a toy box. That toy then becomes part of the noun. It's not being used necessarily as an adjective there. And then the prepositional phrase, under my bed. Okay, so that has all of them. Okay, what I'd like to do now in your book is have a go at writing this whole sentence, but choose the noun phrase that makes most sense in this sentence below. I went to the blank to get some bread. Would you say a new office near the supermarket, disused shop next to the cafe, or little bakery at the end of the road? Pause now. Which of those would make sense in that sentence? Okay, and the answer was little bakery at the end of the road. Okay, and that would then make it including an expanded noun phrase. Okay, so now I'd like to have a go at expanding this sentence, okay, by using an adjective and a preposition to expand this underlined noun here. So the noun is the leaves, or leaves is the noun. We've got a determiner, the. I swept up the leaves to make the garden tidy. So I would like you to now have a little go in your book, please. Could you expand that by using an adjective? So an adjective to describe the noun, which would go here, and then a preposition afterwards to tell me where those leaves are. Okay, so pause now, wash your have a go, and then I'll show you an example it could have been. Okay, so we could have had, I swept up the dead leaves under the tree. So we've still got our determiner, and then we've got our adjective, dead leaves. It would have been lovely if you could have used more than one adjective. So we could have said, I swept up the crispy dead leaves, or the crispy brown leaves, and then our prepositional phrase, under the tree, or perhaps near the bench, or on the pathway, to make the garden tidy. Okay, there could have been a few different answers for that. Okay, so for this one, for your task today, I just want you to have a go at getting your head around using these expanded noun phrases correctly. So we've got two tasks for you. The first one, I'd like you to have a go, just writing the expanded noun phrase, so just one sentence, but I want you to use these words here. So you've got the little stone bridge over across. Now at the moment that doesn't make sense, but I'd like to have a go. You don't have to use all of them. Perhaps you could do a couple of sentences that use them and that use a few of them, and the other sentence using a few that you haven't used in your first one. But I'd love to see two adjectives and a preposition, please, within those expanded noun phrases, okay? And then your second activity, could you use an adjective and a preposition to expand the underlined noun phrase? So here it says, I could see the clouds, so I ran inside before it rained. The clouds is our noun, okay? And well, a noun phrase of the clouds, and I'd love you to be able to expand that, so adjectives to describe the clouds, and then preposition where they are. Alright, so that's your task for today then, guys. Good luck, and I will see you later. Bye. Hi guys, we're going to finish the day with our maths. Okay, so pause for a minute then to write your date again and your LO today, and we're going to be looking at converting excuse me, pounds and pence, okay? And we're going to be recapping over a bit of money, and you're going to see on the next slide, it's going to be a video that's already been done by a lovely gentleman, and so you're going to hear a different voice, and then you've got an activity to do at the end, and I'll go through the activity for you at the end, okay? So pause now to write that down, and then when you're ready, press play, and you can see the video of a lovely man explaining your activity for today.
Hello, welcome to today's lesson. Today, we're going to look at money, and in particular, how to convert between pounds and pence. So we probably already know something about money, and one of our key facts, probably the most important fact about the money that we use in the UK, is that £1 is equal to 100 pence. And then we've got 100 pennies on the screen, so we can see why it's much more convenient to have pound coins, isn't it? Imagine trying to carry around £3 or £10 in pennies. There'd be a lot of coins, wouldn't there? That's a really, really important fact which we're going to use again and again in the next few lessons. £1 is equal to 100 pence. So using that key fact, pause the video and have a go at completing those 4 number sentences. Well, £1 is 100 pence, so £5 is 500 pence. £8, well, that will be 800 pence. And the other way around, 200 pence will be £2, won't it? Because 100 pence is £1. And 900 pence will be £9. And just to make sure we're really clear on what we mean by these number sentences, if I want to buy something that costs £9, I could give the shopkeeper 9 £1 coins. I could also give them 900 one pence coins. Now, I wouldn't do that. I don't think the shopkeeper would thank me for that. But they're worth the same. Okay, 900 1p pieces is worth the same as 9 £1 coins. Okay, you can buy the same amount with either of those two amounts of coins. Of course, we can talk about 100 pence being £1, but £1 can be made up of other coins as well, not just 1p coins. How many 50p pieces are worth £1? We could show this with a part-whole model. So we've got our whole, £1, and there's our key fact, 100p, is equal to £1. So how many 50p pieces do we need to make up to 100p? We need 2, don't we? 50p add 50p is 100p, and we know that 100p is equal to £1, and we could do that with other coins. I've put our key fact in the corner there, £1 is equal to 100p, so use that to work out the answers to those questions. Question 1. How many 10p coins do we need to make £1? Well, we know that 10 times 10 is 100, so 10p times 10 is 100p, which is £1. So how many 10p coins do we need? We need 10. Question 2 was this. How many 20p coins do we need to make a pound? So let's use the fact about 10p coins, which I think is more straightforward. We've got there 10 10p coins. That's equal to a pound. It's worth the same amount. Okay. And we've got an array there, haven't we? Showing 10p coins. Can we see, if we look down each column, we've got 20p. So we could change each column of 10p for 1 20p. And we've got 5 columns. So we've got 5 lots of 20p. 5 20p coins, which is equal to 100p, and we know our key fact, 100p is equal to £1. So we've now got our answer for question 2. We need 5 20p coins to make a pound. And how many £1 coins do we need to make £25? Well, we need 25, don't we? Because each is worth £1, and we need 25 of them. Here we've got a bowl of ice cream, and the price is given in pounds and pence, isn't it? £3 and 49p. So we might be asked, how many pence does the ice cream cost? In other words, can we convert from pounds and pence into pence? There's our key fact. £1 is 100p. So let's do the pounds first in the ice cream. £3 is going to be equal to 300p, isn't it? So that's taking care of our pounds, 300p. Now, our 49p can stay the same, it's already in pence. So, you can see the £3 has become 300p, add 49p, 349p. So that's that amount in pounds and pence, put just into pence. So have a go at converting those amounts that are all in pounds and pence into just pence. Let's check our answers. £1 and 27p will be 127p. £4 and 15p will be 415p. £8 and 60p will be 860p, wouldn't it? 800p is equal to £8. And £8 and 6p will be 806p. So we've still got the £8, 800p, and we've just got an extra 6p there. If you've got the White Rose Maths worksheet for this lesson, you're now ready to have a go at questions 1 to 4. If not, have a look at the BBC Bitesize website for some resources to support this lesson, or continue to watch the video. Here we've got an amount of money. Pause the video and note down how much money we've got. So this is how I count an amount of money that I've got. I'd start with all my pounds first. I can see I've got a £2 coin and 2 £1 coins, so I've got £4. Let's have a look at the pence. I've got a 20p piece, then I've got 2 5s, which I know is 10, so that's 30p, and another 2 pence, 32p. Okay, £4 and 32p. Pause the video and answer that question about that amount of money. So to add 10p, we need to add 10p to our pence amount, don't we? So we've got 32p, add 10p, which we could show by adding in a 10p coin. We can see we've got £4 and 42p. What about if we had 100p, and I want to add 100p to £4 and 32, so the amount that we started with. So can we add 100p to £4 and 32p? Again, pause the video. So we could add 100 pennies, couldn't we? We could try and draw 100 pennies, and we could give our answer as £4 and 132 pence. But let's use our key fact. Now our key fact is 100 pence is equal to £1. Let's just put an extra pound in there, and we can see we've got £5 and 32 pence, because we started with our original amount of money. So pause the video now, and do the same thing, count up the amount of money we've got there, and then answer those 4 questions. So let's start to check our answers. We've got £2 and 51 pence, haven't we? £2 coin, 20, 40, 45, 50, 51 pence. And what's 10 pence more? £2 and 61 pence. What's 10 pence less than our starting amount? It's going to be £2 and 41 pence, isn't it? Now remember, 100 pence more isn't going to be £2 and 151 pence, because we're going to add a pound, because 100 pence is a pound. So it's going to be £3 and 51 pence. What about 100 pence less? Well, that's like subtracting £1, isn't it? So that's going to be £1 and 51 pence. So let's do the same thing. Pause the video, count up how much money we've got. So here we've got £1 and 98 pence, haven't we? 50 pence, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98 pence. So, pause the video, answer the question, what's 10 pence more? I've added in 10 pence coin to help you. Okay, let's have a look at what we got. So you might think, oh, we can just add 10 pence to our 98 pence, and that's what we've done. But we wouldn't write that as our answer, because we know a key fact. We know that 100 pence is equal to £1. So we can see we've got over 100 pence there, we've got 108 pence. And if we look at our coins, we can see now here, we've got, in our circle, we've circled 50 pence, 60, 70, 80, 90, we've circled 100 pence. And we know that 100 pence is equal to £1. So when we add 10 pence to £1 and 98 pence, we actually end up with £2 and 8 pence. So, pause the video, do the same thing. Add up the amount of money, fill in the gaps, and then answer the question, what's 10p more than the starting amount, 10 pence less, and so on. So our starting amount is £2 and 92 pence. So what is 10 pence more? So it's going to be £3 and 2 pence, isn't it? Because remember, when we get over 100, we can exchange 100 pence for £1. 10 pence less? That's going to be £2 and 82 pence if we got rid of one of the 10 pence pieces. What's a pound more? 100 pence, of course, is a pound. So what's £1 more? It's £3 and 92 pence. And what's 100 pence less? Or what's £1 less? £1 and 92 pence. Sometimes we might be faced with this situation. How much money is here? And all the coins, and we've got a note as well, they're all jumbled up out there. It's a bit chaotic. So how I like to do counting money when we've got this situation is separate out our coins into the same coins, and you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to start with my largest amount. So I'm going to start with my note and my pound coins. So I've got £10 note, I've got a £2 coin, and 2 £1 coins, so I know 10, 11, 12, 13, I've got £14 there. What do you think I'm going to go to next? I'm going to go to my 50 pence pieces. So I'm going to start from largest amounts to smallest. So let's put all the 50 pence pieces together. I can see there, I've got 200 pence, which we know, of course, is £2. Let's get the 20p's together. Got our 20 pence pieces. Let's count them up. We've got 5 lots of them, 20, 40, 60, 80. I've got 100 pence, so I've got another pound. Let's do our 5p's. So we've not got anywhere near a pound there, have we? We've got 15 pence in 5p. We've got 3 2-pence pieces, so we've got 6 pence there. And to finish off, we've got 1 1-pence piece, 1p. So now I'm going to add all our amounts together. I'm going to add the pounds first. So I've got my £14, then I had £2 in 50 pence pieces, I had a pound in 20 pence pieces, so that's £17. And then I'm going to add together my pence amounts. 15 pence, add 6 pence, add 1 pence is 22 pence. So our total amount that we've got here is £17 and 22 pence. If you have the worksheet in front of you.
Okay then guys, so now what I've done is I've given you those activities that the gentleman was talking about. There are some more, but I'm just giving you this many because I know you've done lots throughout the video. Now, if you feel confident and you're getting all of those answers right during the video, then I'm happy for you to leave that there for today. If you struggled with that, or you would like some extra practice, then you've got these 6 questions here for you to do in your book. Now I know there's a few to do for each one, okay? Now obviously you can't draw on the sheet, so in your book, now originally this said circle £1, so you had to circle how many 50p's to make a pound. What I'd like you to have a go at though is drawing the 50p's in your book, how many that you need. So if you're here and it wants you to, for the A, B and C, you're just representing a pound in 50p's, representing a pound in 20p's, and representing a pound in 10p's. And then here you've got £2 coins and you need to represent £10. So if you just draw the amount you need, then that's fine for that. And then number 2, how many 1p coins do you need to make a pound? You've just got to write the answer. If you want to write out the question, you can. Then here you're just converting those all into pennies. So if you were going to go into the shop and buy those items and you only had pennies, you didn't have any pound coins, then how many pennies would you be using? How many 1p's would you be using? And then here you're converting these amounts in pence into pounds and pence. Okay, so how many pounds would you get from each of those and how many pence? And then you've got these extra questions here. Now these are all things that you've just been doing in that video as a practice. Okay, so pause now, have a go. You have got this on a PDF as well, if that's easier to see it from. I've hopefully got it big enough on the screen for you to do it from pausing now. So pause the video now, and then when you're ready, press play to go through all of the answers. And then that is it for today. Okay, so pause it now then please, to have a go at this in your book. Okay guys, so here are the answers for you. So of course, like I said, for that first one originally it said circle because you'd have had this printed out, but I've just told you to draw it. So if you've drawn 2 50p's, perfect, you've got it right. If you've drawn 5 20p's, that's perfect. Okay, and then have a look through the answers, and if you've got any stuck, or if you've got some that are wrong and you don't know why they're wrong, then just go back and have another look through the video and maybe have another go at one of the activities that the gentleman set you during the video. Okay, well done guys. I will see you tomorrow when we are going to look at adding money, so using today's learning even further.